morning, good afternoon, depending on what part of the world you guys are chiming in from. My name is Greg. If we haven't met already, I want to welcome on behalf of the Smarter Than Money organization, all the guests that's tuning in for the very first time. It's an absolute honor and a privilege to be sharing the next 20 to 25 minutes with each and every one of the guests to talk, as I like to say, from my head and heart to your head and heart. This is the real deal, Holyfield, what I'm getting ready to share with each and every one of you. I always like to let the guests know to get to a quiet location, put your head and your heart on sponge. Hopefully you're here with an outstretched neck, because what I'm going to share with you guys, this information makes 100% common sense. One of the things I want to let you guys also know is that many of you are going to be compelled to overcomplicate what I'm going to share with you. I want to caution you, please don't do it. I always like to give the example, I may be dating myself, the Cabbage Patch dolls back in the day. They were so ugly that they were cute. You ever seen something so ugly it's cute? Well, this is so freaking simple that you're going to be compelled to want to complicate it. Don't do it to yourself. We're going to give it to you guys straight, no chaser. This is as advertised. You've never seen anything quite like it in your life. In fact, I want to welcome you guys to our what we call our strategic partnership meeting. And what we're doing is we're looking for strategic partners, meaning players, people that really want to get on the other side of money, to help us build a global bank on the blockchain. We are literally connecting wallets worldwide, building the plumbing, and we literally get to own the track without betting on the horses, ladies and gentlemen. And so if what I share with you guys over the next 20 to 25 minutes makes absolute 100% sense to you, please don't let anyone talk you out of this deal. The same token, if what I share with you doesn't make any sense to you, don't allow me or anyone to twist your arm. Is that fair enough? So let's go ahead and dive right into this deal here. I'm not going to belabor the moment any longer. I'm fired up, you guys. I'm so excited about this. This thing never gets old whatsoever. It really, really doesn't. Put my pointer here. And we are off. So like I said, once again, my name is Greg. I want to welcome all the guests. What we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, is we're building a member-owned global cooperative bank. We're simply leveraging artificial intelligence and financial technology. And what we're looking to do is basically connect digital wallets all over the world, being responsible for the global adoption, if you will, an expansion of the world's first smart wallet. In exchange for you helping us do that, each and every last one of you can get and generate predictable, sustainable, ongoing residual cash flow. This thing is 100% mutually beneficial. And it really is as simple as getting on an escalator. I'm sure many of you have got on the escalator before. It works just as advertised. So basically, I want just to let you guys know what we're not. We're not an investment platform, okay? So there's absolutely zero gambling of your money. Our co-op wallet, it employs artificial intelligence, the promise of blockchain and cooperative funding to create a private member-owned global bank. Now, here's the really cool part about what we have our hands on, unlike other deals out there. As a member, you can withdraw your deposits on a daily basis if you so choose. There's absolutely zero holds on your money. Let me repeat, no holds on your money. If you make money today, you can withdraw it tomorrow. We are literally disrupting the financial industry, no different than companies that each and every one of you are already familiar with. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with Uber, correct? I want you guys to think about this. They just created better fundamentals than the taxi cab industry. They removed dispatchers or the middle people involved in that network, or that effect, if you will. Last year, they made over $34 billion in owned no physical cars. Think about that. Back in my day, when I was a young man, I was told never to pick up hitchhikers. They created a whole business model around picking up hitchhikers. Go figure. Many of you have heard of Airbnb. I happen to love using Airbnbs when I travel because I get the taste of the local flavor. You know, I like to travel to really understand different cultures and experiences. Well, guess what they did? They removed the middle person. They removed travel agents out of the equation, disrupting the hotel and hospitality industry. Last year, they made over $8 billion and owned no physical property. Well, guess what? We're going to show each and every one of you, please hear me very closely, with mathematical certainty, how to cover your monthly overhead, whether you're a church, an individual, a charity, without owning any physical banks or any bankers involved. Are you guys with me? So we're going to show each and every one of you how you can earn escalating residual deposits into your very own co-op wallet on a daily basis. Now, here's how it works. We have what we call the 2 smart step system. I've been in business a lot of years, successfully so. And one thing I've learned over the years, there's no secret to success. A lot of people want to know, well, what's the secret to making a whole lot of money? It's called systems. There's only systems to success. And we have a 2 smart step system that anyone that can fog up a mirror can do. You just got to be hungry enough to get on the other side of money. So here we go. What's step number 1? You simply create 3 free co-op wallet accounts. As you guys see illustrated on your screen here, it's basic information. You simply enter in the name, email address, and phone number of 3 strategic partners, meaning 3 people that want to create wealth on purpose and help us build this bank worldwide. It could be individuals, it can be charities, okay? It could be nonprofits, it can be churches, just 3 strategic partners. You come down here, you prove that you're not a robot, and you hit invite. The moment that you do that, instantaneously, a free co-op wallet is created with a dashboard attached to it. That's step number 1. If you can type, you can win here. Step number 2, you're going to then simply turn around and you're going to assign one $28 activation token to those 3 free co-op wallets in 7 days, one time, to those who are willing to do the exact same thing one time. Guess, let me help you understand something. The reason why you've been invited here is because the partner that invited you here, they want to give you a $28 activation token and set you up in your own bank worldwide. And you're going to simply turn around, do the exact same thing for 3 strategic partners. In fact, when you do this, we have it set up where your co-op wallet that has artificial intelligence baked in, it will automatically assign the $28 activation token to your 3 strategic partners, independent of your involvement. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all it takes. And this is why we're so fired up. This is why you've been invited here to see what I find to be the simplest thing I've ever seen in my life in the people-to-people space. This works for 100% of the people, 100% of the time. This is an exact science. Now, I'm not a big fan of selling, as I always like to say. I'm more of a fan of explaining and demonstrating. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the back office and I'm going to demonstrate exactly how this works here. And so I want all the guests on the line to pretend that you are your bank, okay? And we're going to go into the back office. This is an exact replica of a live account. So I want to demonstrate what it looks like in the back office. Move this stuff out of the way here. Close this out. And you see here, you are your bank, okay? So we're going to come down here real quickly, and we're going to go ahead and show you how this works. Does this look familiar to you? I'm going to put in 3 names, but I'm going to do one at a time to show you how it creates the free co-op wallet account and what you can expect to make if these individuals say, yes, I accept the token, okay? So I saw out there, I saw Joan Whitney out there, I believe it is. So let's go ahead and say Joan Whitney happens to be one of your 3 strategic partners. And let's just say this is their email address, okay? And phone number. I'm going to come down here to prove that I'm not a robot. And I'm going to hit invite, but before I do that, I want to come up here and show you guys something. You guys see 0 here, right? It's going to change. I'm going to go ahead and hit invite. Okay, let's see, the image is not right. Let's see, oh, too many 4s. Okay, move that out the way. Hit invite. Move this out the way, see what happened here. Go back up here, look what you see here. $11.75. That $11.75 is directly deposited into your very own co-op wallet account. That's going to represent, once Joan Whitney says, yes, I accept the $28 activation token, what's going to happen as a thank you for helping us expand the network worldwide, you're going to have $11.75 directly deposited into your very own co-op wallet account. Now, I could have did all 3 at the same time, but I'm doing it individually to show you guys how this works. So let's go ahead and pick a second person. I saw an Elaine Green out there. So let's just say Elaine Green happens to be one of your 3 strategic partners. Okay. Let's say this is her email address. and phone number. Come down here to prove that I'm not a robot once again. And I'm going to hit invite. Okay. Move this out of the way. I'm going to come back up and see what happened. More money, another $11.75. Now up to $23.50. Might I add, friends, that this is residual, okay? Meaning every 28 days. So now another $11.75. That's as if Elaine said, yes, I simply accept the $28 activation token. I know 3 people who want to get on the other side of money, and I'm going to turn around and do the exact same thing, right? So far, so good. Let's go ahead and put in the third person here real quickly. Let's go ahead and put Charles Thompson in there. All right, Charles Thomas, I apologize. Let's say that's your third person. Let's say this is his email address and phone number. Come down here to prove I'm not a robot. Yes, can you do this so far? Is this simple enough for you? And we're going to go ahead and hit invite. Okay. Move this out of the way. Come back up. What happened? More money, another $11.75. That's as if Charles said, yes, I accept the $20 activation token from you, and I'm going to turn around and do the exact same thing for 3 people one time. Now, you can do more if you want, but let's just stop here. Yes, this number here is a magic number, 3525. Please write that down, because I'm going to show you how to go from $35 to millionaire status in over 10 weeks if you take this thing very, very seriously. Okay? 3525. Now, we're going to come over here real quickly. I'm going to show you this. You guys see here, Joan, Elaine, and Charles, but was also created by putting in basic information where what? Registration keys. That's unique to them. These are like your global bank accounts, meaning if you know the registration key of anyone within the co-op ecosystem, you can send them money in any amount anywhere in the world in a 10th of a second. How many of you have a global bank account? Do you guys understand what we're doing here? We're building the whole track. We're building the plumbing and the network worldwide that we're going to be able to own. Understand that, okay? Over here, you have your wallet. You can get your balance. You can add funds. You can withdraw your funds on a daily basis. Like I said, you make money today, you can withdraw it tomorrow. It's just not numbers on a screen. You have access to it. It's withdrawable money, okay? Member-to-member transfer. You can transfer money to anyone or any person in the world if you know their registration key. I always give the example of my barber who's involved in this. Young man, about 23 years of age. He wants to get into real estate. He wants to get into multiplexes, duplexes, things of that nature, because he does not want to stand on his feet for the next 30, 40 years working a job, okay? So he got involved in this. And so basically, every time I get my hair cut, I send him $42 from my co-op wallet to his co-op wallet. I don't use any other digital wallet. I don't use Cash App. I don't use PayPal or anything like that or Venmo. I use the co-op wallet. It's the people's wallet. Make sense? Your transaction history will be there as well. Tokens are here where you can, buy tokens, my tokens, and all that stuff here. Make sense? So this is how it works, you guys. So it's really just that simple. What I'm going to do now is we're going to start talking about money, okay? So guests, please really, really pull in here because I get super excited when I start talking about the money, all right? We all know that money's not everything, but it's up there with oxygen, right? We need it in order to live. So let's not be bashful about talking about getting on the other side of money. One of the things I want each and every one of you to understand, because perception is reality, is that your bills are nothing more than subscriptions. A lot of times we don't look at it that way, but it's no different than a gym membership or Netflix. You set it up one time and you're going to pay every 30 days, whether it's your rent payment, your mortgage payment, your car payment. These are subscription bills. And we're going to show you guys how to get on the other side of these subscription bills with residual cash flow. Because once you have residual cash flow coming in, that's greater than your monthly residual subscriptions, which are nothing more than bills. Guess what happens? You can wake up when you get through sleeping and you can have 7 days of Saturday. And I'm talking from experience. This is real. So for anyone out there that has a $2,000 a month overhead, we're going to show you how to cover that in the next 6 weeks with mathematical certainty. Anyone out there that has $5,000 a month in subscription bills? We're going to show you how to cover that in 7 weeks if you're serious with mathematical certainty. Anyone out there that has $10,000 a month in overhead for subscription bills? We're going to show you how to cover that in 8 weeks if you're serious. Anyone that has $20,000 or more a month in residual subscription bills, we're going to show you how to cover that in 9 weeks. And here's the best part. Not only are we going to be able to show that for you, but 3 of your closest friends as well. Think about it. It's an exact science. That's what I love about this. And failure is impossible for anyone that uses it. Now, we didn't say you had to understand it, right? I always give the example of electricity. Many of us on this line, we don't understand electricity, but we use it, right? We flip on a light switch and let there be light, all right? You don't have to like it. How many of us are going to jobs that we don't have a passion for, we hate, we dislike, but we do it anyway because we have to have money coming in? So what I'm letting all the guests know and charge it to what I'm saying to my head and not my heart, I'm just very, very passionate about what it is that we're doing here. Use the freaking science. It will change your life. Now, let me go ahead and show you guys exactly how this works. Please pay attention here. We have what we call a predictable income escalator. So week number 1, what you're simply going to do is you're going to accept a $28 token from your inviter. Once again, you would not have been invited here if they didn't want you to have it. It's a painless deal to accept the token, okay? Then what you're going to also do is you're going to buy 3 $28 activation tokens yourself for a one-time out-of-pocket of $125, okay? You're then going to simply turn around and assign one $28 activation token to 3 strategic partners yourself during your first 7 days or less, one time ever, but only to those strategic partners who are going to turn around and do the exact same thing one time ever. Now, this is something you have to do next month, next year. We're talking about a one-time execution, and I'm getting ready to show you guys how you can turn that 125 into 6 figures monthly for those of you that have vision. Now, when you go ahead and give those 3 tokens for it to 3 friends to activate their accounts, because we want those accounts to go live, right? You're going to receive $35 deposited into your co-op wallet, just as I demonstrated for you guys. So you guys don't even have to trust me. I just showed you guys truth through the demonstration with the 3525. Remember, I said that's the magic number. Now, there's a $28 monthly subscription that's attached to this. It's ingenious. But last time I did math, 35 is greater than 28, so it then covers your monthly subscription. Everything after that is pure cash flow profit, right? Once again, your bills are subscriptions, so you have to have a business in place, ladies and gentlemen, that's also a subscription-based model to offset your monthly bills, which are nothing more than subscriptions. Make sense? So now let's go to work here. So week 1, you activate 3 accounts within 7 days or less. One time, you receive $35 directly deposited into your very own co-op wallet, into your own bank. Your neck down labor is done at that moment in time. The only thing that you have to do is encourage and push your 3 to do the exact same thing and execute the game plan, the exact science. So your 3 strategic partners in their first week, which is your second week now, they're going to activate 3 accounts. And guess what's going to happen? When they do that, predictably, they're going to receive $35 just as you did. But as a consequence, really pay attention here. As I'm activating those accounts, you now move up to $47 a month in residual cash flow. Now, let me really help you marinate on what just happened here. Now, we're talking about a $12 difference from one week to the next. That's not a whole lot of money, right? But I don't want you to look at the quantity. I want you to look at the quality. I want you to think about, what did you have to do to receive that $12 increase in residual cash flow? And think about this. Our subscription, $28 a month subscription, is every 28 days. So we get paid 13 times a year in our environment. So this is $47 13 times a year, which is $611 annually. Think about that, okay? Let's go to week number 3. These strategic partners, it's their first week, but you've been involved for 3 weeks, but you haven't done anything since your first week. They activate 3 accounts within 7 days or less. How many times? 1 time. Predictably, they're all going to receive $35 as a thank you for expanding the global network, as you guys see here in the background. Please don't lose sight of this. We're building the network, but this is how we get paid. When that happened, your 3 strategic partners went up to 47 as a consequence, and you went up to $96 in residual cash flow 13 times a year. Week number 4 that you've been involved, but you haven't done anything since week 1. Neither have these strategic partners. Neither have these strategic partners. This is their first week. They activate 3 co-op wallet accounts. How many times? 1 time. They receive $35.25 predictably. When that happened, automatically, they went up to 47. Your 3 strategic partners went to 96. You're now up to $258 in unavoidable residual cash flow. Do you guys understand what unavoidable means? It means you cannot get out of the way of the money if you wanted to. And everyone's doing a one-time execution. So that's $258 that you're going to receive 13 times a year so far. Make sense? Let's go to week number 5 that you've been involved, but you haven't done anything since week 1. It's these strategic partners' first week. They activate 3 accounts. How many times? 1 time in 7 days or less. They receive $35. When that happened, instantaneously, you're now to $987 in unavoidable residual cash flow into your very own bank. Now, I want you guys to really think about this $987. That's close to $1,000 5 weeks in. Okay, that can be what? A very nice car payment and insurance, or 2 car payments and insurance. Maybe you can start saving for that dream vacation. The bottom line, 5 weeks in, if you're making an extra $1,000 residually, it can make a difference in your lifestyle. Yes or yes, right? Week number 6 that you've been involved, but you haven't done anything since what? Week 1. Neither have these strategic partners. 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 But this is their first week. They activate 3 accounts. When that happened, look, everyone increased in their unavoidable residual cash flow. You're now to $2,360 in unavoidable residual cash flow, meaning it's going to show up every 28 days like clockwork, 13 times a year. Are you guys seeing a pattern here? That your strategic partners are 1 week behind you. Their strategic partners are 1 week behind them. Their strategic partners are 1 week behind them. You just get on the escalator 1 time and let the automation take you and your 3 closest friends, your church, your charity, small business, it doesn't matter, up the escalator unavoidably. The intelligence takes you up there. Now, I told you guys, if you had a $2,000 a month overhead in subscription bills, we get you there in 6 weeks. We got you there in 6 weeks. $2,360. Now, I live here in the Midwestern part of the country. I'm originally from New York. Anybody from the East Coast or West Coast knows the cost of living is sky high, right? But here in Ohio, $2,360 can cover a lot of people's mortgage payment. Can you imagine the impact that would have on people's lives if you were able to show them a way to cover their monthly mortgage payments with, a lot of times, it's their largest monthly subscription. We can show them how to do that in 6 weeks if they're serious. Let's go to week number 7. But you've been involved for 7 weeks, but you haven't done anything since week 1. It's these strategic partners. First week, they activate 3 accounts in 7 days or less. How many times? 1 time. When that happened, boom, you're now up to $5,242 in unavoidable residual cash flow. Are you guys feeling me? I share with you guys on the previous slide, anyone that has a $5,000 a month overhead in monthly subscription bills, I was going to show you how to do that. There you go. That's how it works. And the beautiful thing is your 3 strategic partners can be 1 week behind you. I can't think of anything better than being personally wealthy than having my closest friends and family members also wealthy. Make sense? We're talking about quality of money, not just quantity. It's residual. Week number 8 that you've been involved, but it's week number 1 for these strategic partners. They activate 3 accounts. How many times? 1 time. They're going to receive $35 just like everyone else did, but bam, look, you're up now to $13,423 in unavoidable residual cash flow. I told you guys on the previous slide, for those of you that have $10,000 a month in monthly subscription bills and overhead, I'm going to show you how to do that in 8 weeks. Here it is. This is an exact science, you guys. We've never seen anything like this, right? Let's go to week number 9 that you've been involved. But once again, you haven't done anything since week 1. Neither have these strategic partners. Neither have these strategic partners. Neither have these strategic partners. Neither have these. Or they, or they, or they. But look at this. This is their first week. They activate 3 accounts 1 time in 7 days or less. Just get it out of the way. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to like it. Just use it. When that happens, bam, you're now up to $48,298 in unavoidable residual cash flow. Talk to me, people. Right? Let's go to week number 10. It's their first week, though, but you've been involved 10 weeks. They activate 3 accounts. How many times? 1 time. Look what happens. $193,688 in unavoidable residual cash flow. 13 times a year. And your 3 strategic partners are 1 week behind you, and they're 1 week behind them on the escalator. Now, what I love about this process, it's a bottom-up deal. Just like getting on the escalator to go up, you get on 1 time and it takes you up. So it's bottom-up, right? And so what's going to happen is, remember, this is their first week, even though you're 10 weeks in, this is their first week, but you used to be where they're at. But look at where you're at now, 10 weeks later. You're up to 193,000. This is with perfect duplication, all right? So understand, as these individuals start to build their cooperative bank, everything is going to go up. They're going to go up the escalator from a one-time execution week by week by week. We're looking for strategic partners that see the vision of where this thing can go. Now, the other thing I want you guys to understand is this. It goes even higher than that. It doesn't just stop there. We just don't want to overcook your grits or blow you out of the water. There is major league money on the table here. Do you guys understand that the banking and the financial industry are the biggest players on planet Earth? There is no bigger game than what we're playing here. Make sense? So let me do this. I'm going to go back to show you guys the unavoidability. I'm going to go back into the back office here because I want you guys to understand when I say unavoidable, that's what I mean. So we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and take Joan Whitney, right? And we're going to log out of your bank. That's who the guests are. We're going to log into Joan Whitney's as an example here, right? Terms and conditions, get those out of the way there. You guys see the enroller is your bank, which will be you guys. We're going to confirm and proceed. Close this out. And so now we're in Joan Whitney's back office. I'm going to come down here. We're going to put in a few names here real quickly here. So let me go ahead and let's go ahead and put in Clifton Parker. Let's say he happens to be one of Joan's friends. Let's say this is Clifton's email address. And phone number. Let's go ahead and put in Garfield. Let's go to Garfield. All right. Lawrence. Let's say this is his email address. And phone number. And then let's go ahead and put in Evelyn Perkins. Let's say this is her email address. And phone number. I'm going to come down here, prove that I'm not a robot. And I'm going to go ahead and hit invite. Okay, move this out the way. Come up here. Oh, what do we see? 3525 just as advertised. That's as if Joan Whitney's 3 said, yes, I accept the activation token. I plan on turning around doing the exact same thing. 3525, right? Now let's go back to your bank. Let's just see what happened. All right. So we're going to go back to your bank. Sign in. Okay. Move this out the way. So we're back at your bank, right? And look, you went from $35.25 to $39 in residual cash flow. Now, hear me out. That's just one of your three. Had all three of your three done what Joan did, it would be 47, just as advertised. So you went up by about $4 or $5 just off of Joan doing what she did. And look, you have the same three people, Joan Whitney, Elaine Green, and Charles Thompson. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how it works. Please don't overcomplicate this deal. This is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. And I want to give you guys a totally different perspective, just in case you still don't get it. We're doing our best to help you guys understand freedom is at hand here, right? Don't dig your heels in. Don't defend your right to stay in your current financial situation. This is happening. So most of you have been on the escalator before, right? So you just complete the 2 smart steps one time. Create 3 free cold wallet accounts, assign tokens to 3 and 7 days one time. We're going to turn around and do the exact same thing. Understand this. So think about this. When you give them 3 people an activation token, it puts them on the escalator. So guess, when you receive the activation token, you're being put on the escalator. When you do that for 3, it puts you at $35. When your 3 turn around, do the exact same thing. Activate 3 cold wallet accounts and put people on the escalator. They're going to go to 35, and you're going to go up to $47 on the escalator. As this continues to duplicate this simple paint by number process, you go up the escalator. You just got to get on it. It is a predictable income escalator that creates an infinite success line. We are not network marketing. We don't have an upline or a downline. We have one line, and it's called a success line, because success here is predictable, and it's 100% a choice and not a chance. Just accept the token, right? So just in case I didn't do a good enough job of explaining it to you guys, you have the opportunity to go to our team site. It's called smarterthanmoney.com. You can go there. There's another recorded overview there that you can see, some testimonials as well. You should see some of our strategic partners that have gotten on the escalator, not all of them. One across your screen here. Together, we're going to put a dent in the universe, you guys. I used to be in the network marketing space, 7-figure income earner in that space there. Also have a corporate background. I was working in management with a Fortune 40 company. So I've seen a lot, done a lot. I've never seen anything that behaves in this fashion here, right? When I was in the network marketing space, the thing that really hurt me was, okay, I was able to make money because it required skill set, and I acquired some skill sets. But everybody on my team didn't have skill set, and they couldn't win, so they couldn't walk across those stages. Finally, there's an operation, there's a project where it's zero gambling, no skill set required, just some common sense to get into the banking industry, all right? Get on an escalator and allow the artificial intelligence to take you for the ride of your life.